Hello. As you can see, I'm filming in black and white, and the reason for that is because I'm remembering a time when nature was abundant, and it appears to be that that was the time when we all filmed in black and white and not in colour. You see, it's rather worrying for somebody like me who loves nature. I've just been for a walk this morning, and the only thing I actually saw out and about was a meadow browning, one butterfly. Now it's the start of June 2023, and there seems to be a massive decline in the insect population in this country, which is a worrying thing. It's not just me saying that. Bugs Life on Radio 4 said that one of their researchers, how they do their research is they count the insects on a number plate of a car, and that is due to the fact that there isn't any money funding for research into insect life. Anyway, I digress. They've said that this researcher drove 125 miles, and then they count the amount of insects or bugs that are on the number plate to find out what the population's like in the country. And it's sad to say they found one bug. Now, when I was growing up as a child, I can remember my dad and my mum wiping the windscreen because it was covered in moths, insects, everything. You know, the works. The whole kit and caboodle. Nowadays you can go for a drive and you get nothing. I mean, just going back to the 90s, I can remember riding my motorbike and being hit in the face left, right and centre by moths, you know, beetles, whatever, as you're riding along, you know, straight in the face. And it's a worrying thing. I know everybody wants to have a happy story to talk about and how wonderful the world is, but you know, it is all black and white. We are in a situation within the world where we are fucked. There's no other way to put it. The insects are the start of the food chain, as they say. You know, the birds eat the insects, then the mammals eat the birds, and so on and so forth, and it's a, you know, it's a circle. It goes round and round and round and round. And as we walk around, you can see that there is a lessening of insects, and this is worrying. It is worrying because they're pollinators. People hate wasps, they hate hornets, and they're still pollinators. I read something last year about frog hoppers. You'll see spittle sometimes on grass, on plants, you know, like you've spat, and that white bubbly stuff, and inside there's a little insect. It's called a frog hopper, and somebody had put out a post on Facebook and various other media sections saying that this creature was detrimental to your plants. It's not. It's been there for eons. It's just somebody's take on it. And what with the increase of use of pesticides and herbicides in the countryside, it's having a knock-on effect, because alright, the pesticides kill off the insects, and the herbicides take away the plants, but if you kill off the food stuff of the insects, then they ain't gonna have nothing to feed on anyway, are they? And it's like a little lacewing. They're little green, little tiddly widdly green flies, and they've got clear wings. Now that is a natural predator of an aphid, as is a ladybird. I remember when I was growing up that ladybirds were in their thousands. There was a time when they, I can't remember the year, I think it was in the 80s, when they festooned the beach and people got covered in ladybirds. And it's really sort of doing my head in, because I mean, I'm glad I grew up in a time when it was black and white movies and, you know, black and white TVs and so on and so forth. and we had insects everywhere, we had wildlife everywhere. I mean, the bird populations, I mean, you can hear the blackbirds in the background, the robins, the occasional raven will fly over. But when I was growing up as a kid, I mean, I grew up with missel thrushes, song thrushes, blackcaps, linnets, yellowhammers, goldfinches, you still get goldfinches, bullfinches, you still get bullfinches. But the whole scope of wildlife, I mean, unless you're actually in Scotland where they're doing rewilding and they're doing it in a way that benefits the whole land and the grazing of cattle as well, because I've seen that for myself up near Glen Affric. Was it Glen Affric? No, Glen Affric is where they're looking into rewilding. I do apologise. Anyway, up in Scotland, I've forgotten the name of the place, but they've taken out most of the non-native species, and they're allowing Caledonian forest to come back, which is Scots pine, and they've got Highland cattle in there grazing because they're natural grazers, and they're not taking away anything, they're putting back. So it's a win-win-win situation. It's a good balance, you know. So, and that's the thing, you have to balance it out. I mean, the thing at the moment with ash dieback in the trees, obviously ash trees, they're felling all the ash trees because they say they're all dead. Well, that isn't quite true. There are ash trees around me at the moment, and they are fighting back like any species, like we did with COVID. So unless you give it a chance, there's really no problem. But we do seem to have this mentality of cut it down, kill it, wipe it out. Oh, where's it all gone? Oh, I don't know. Oh, do you think we've did it a bit too much? Yes, but there you go, that's life. Anyway, just wanted to say my piece about nature and how worrying it is. I mean, I shall still go out walking, I shall still go out filming, I shall still take photos, but it's like, I'm wondering what I'm going to film and what I'm going to take photos of, because where I'm expecting to find dragonflies, I'm finding empty ponds, and where I expect to find butterflies, I'm finding empty flowers. It's a very, very strange and worrying situation. If only we could turn back time. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, and maybe we would have looked from what we've learnt now. If we could put it back into use then, it would be a much better thing, a much healthier, more colourful, much more vibrant countryside. That's my thoughts, and they're only my thoughts. Anyway, all the best. I shall go back to my colourful life now, making ditties and little shitties. All the best. Take care. Goodbye.